Jest z nami Oli Thompson po raz kolejny w Polsce przed KSW 25. Oli, it's a pleasure to speak with you once again. And I gotta say, you're a pretty clever guy because you're buying yourself some Polish fans on Facebook with Polish posts. Is this a part of the plan?
I wasn't really part of my plan. It was I'd already been getting quite a lot of appreciation and support from the Polish fans, and I really wanted to kind of feed into that and give a little something back, and the response has been really good as well.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't give him you were pretty harsh for him during your interviews, your videos. You said to him, "Don't back up." Is this truly you, or it's just for the fun and for the fans?
You know, it's not personal, but I'm coming here for a fight, and I'm coming to win and winning in good fashion. And at the moment, Kamil is the person that's in the way of me doing that. So that's as personal as it is for me. And after the fight, my work's done, and then it's back to ordinary being me, which is not the same guy as the guy who's come to fight. You know, I'm a fighter up until Saturday night, and that's all I'll be. And then when the fight's finished, I become the ordinary Oli Thompson.
Mm-hmm. I can only imagine how much hard it is with all those fights being cancelled. And since you're a family man, you have wife, children, right? So how much pressure is this for you with those fights being cancelled?
It's been a difficult year for cancellations. It's been sort of 2 or 3 or 4 all coming close period of time, which is difficult because this is what I do. This is pretty much all I do. You know, I'm voicing my frustration sometimes in my interview or video, but I'm also aware, you know, there's a lot of factors that come into the fight being cancelled, and them factors aren't all to do with Kamila Walusia. You know, that's not the point. The point is that them factors have got me focused and got me fired up for this fight here, and that's who I'm facing for this fight here. You know, so that's as simple as that.
Do you think he was honest with the injury? Because some people say. It's a bit strange. I don't know what could he buy for himself with having this fight cancelled or delayed. So what's your opinion?
You know, I haven't bumped into Kamil since the fight, and I'm not gonna say too much about whether I think he says he had an injury, so I have to take that as he says an injury. And I have to get on with it. I don't have any other choice. I wasn't offered any other fights at the last KSW, so I'm here now. I've been waiting for this fight, so I can't really answer the question. You know, Kamil says he was injured, so he was injured.
But at least from your perspective, you're a pretty experienced guy, and not only MMA, but besides MMA. So with an injury like that, I think it's more dangerous injury, so it's pretty fast for him to heal up. Like, especially it's a heavyweight fight, the pressure, the power is much bigger, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely say that when it was first announced that he was injured, it was, I think he said it was some 8 or 12 weeks he couldn't before he could train again, and now here we are 10 weeks later, not just to train, to fight. So there wasn't much of a break in training, you know, and it was very, very late notice. So it was disappointing. And however bad the injury was or wasn't, only Kamil can really speak about this. But I'm gonna approach this fight the way I would approach the first one, and I've had more training for it too.
Is there any way, in your mind, you might lose this fight? Fight is a fight, but you know, on paper, it's not too many people give him a chance with a guy like you and fighter who's beginning of the road.
I don't see myself losing this fight. I don't see an area that I lose this fight. That doesn't mean I can't lose this fight. As far as it's a heavyweight MMA fight, and it's an exciting division because you get the excitement of things can happen very fast and change very fast. So if you're gonna bet, you're gonna go and bet some money. Bet your money on me.
And I gotta say, and I need to apologize, but because maybe with this part I messed up a bit, but it wasn't my intention. When we speak about your contract with the first fight, and before that I talked to Maciej Kawulski about your contract, and he said he will fulfill all the contract agreements. He wasn't specific about what kind of contract things he was talking about.
Sure.
What he was talking about?
Well, I was just I was in a desperate situation, and I was going to grab hold of any opportunity or possibility that maybe I could help me or help my family, to get through because of the cancellations. It didn't work out that way, and I had to kind of suffer and struggle for the last few months to get to this day here. And we've kind of gone without quite a bit just to get here, but a good win here will put me back on track and get me back where I need to be.
So what he was talking about the fight, he was talking about getting you the next fight as soon as possible, or what?
Well, after the cancellation, I said that there was on KSW 24 there was 6 other heavyweights fighting.
Yeah, I remember.
And I said I'll fight any of them.
Yeah.
And if someone gets injured, but I didn't want anyone to get injured because these are guys I respect and they're doing what I'm doing, and I don't want them to have problems either. So if they did, I would step in for any of them fights, and if I didn't, then I was on the sidelines. And it happens that all the heavyweight fights went ahead, so I didn't have a spot to go. I tried to get on a few other shows. A few opportunities come up, but they didn't happen. So I've just been basically training through.
So with all the good habits from your sports career, you are the guy that stays in shape, etc., etc. So more or less, how much does it cost you to stay in shape?
Well, there's not a real figure on it, because the more I can finance my training, the more my training can be specific and full time. For the past 2 or 3 months, I've been doing removals work, which totally sucks.
So, what else besides fighting you do?
Usually, I do a bit of coaching, a bit of strength coaching, a bit of grappling, a bit of everything, but just part time, just to get me by and just some extra cash. But like I say, since the cancellation last time, I've been doing a lot more of the house removals, which is not something I enjoy very much. You're breaking your back for 12 hours of the day and then trying to go to the gym at the end of the day, and it's not easy to do. So anyone that's doing that job, good luck.
And you still have a wallpaper with you in UFC on your Facebook. So what's your goal? Is it to get a title here, or being the world champion somewhere else, wherever you wish to?
Yeah, my wallpaper is still the UFC, just because it was because I like the picture. I don't really think about too far ahead about maybe fighting in the UFC. I can honestly say I don't ever think about that. That's not to say that it isn't something that would be appealing. Any fighter that doesn't find that appealing in MMA is crazy. This is the top fighters in the world. Most of them are there. But also, I really like fighting in KSW as well. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in Poland fighting on KSW right now. I love the presentation, the people, the great crowd, and I've got ambitions to try and win my next fight on Saturday, and do it in impressive fashion, where the bosses want to say, let's get another great fight. Let's get another great fight and a great opponent for Oli, and test him. We want to get him back over as soon as possible. That's as far ahead as I can really see.
Is there any interest in UK about your fight? Because obviously you're getting yourself more Polish fans, Polish sponsors, Polish fights. So what's the interest in UK?
It's good. In the UK, it's been really a battle for me. The people in the UK knew me from the strongman, the world's strongest man, Britain's strongest man. So it's been a real sort of gradual battle for people to see me as just an MMA fighter now, and not just an MMA fighter who goes in and is strong, but an MMA fighter who trains very hard in disciplines and actually has developed some good skill sets. And I think I'm there now in the UK, as far as that's what people know me as now, a good fighter. And I've shown different things. I've shown some improved striking. I've shown some good grappling. I've shown good cardio, good power. So I think people see now that You know, I'm quite a force because I've got quite a few different ammunition, you know, to use. Whilst in Poland, I kind of quite like the fact that people aren't really questioning or what you are. I just appreciate you going out there and fighting and giving a good show.
Two more questions, but one you need to help me with. You were training in Poland recently, right? With somebody, where and who and what were you working at?
Oh, well, actually, to be honest in the story, the trip actually got cancelled in the end.
Oh, okay.
The reason was I wasn't going to come over and train with Carol, and my last opponent in KSW, obviously.
Yeah. You probably post about it, maybe.
Yeah, I think me and Carol both posted about it, and it was set to happen, and then I had another fight cancelled before, and basically I didn't have the finances to come over, and it's a shame because it would have been really good training, and if we're going to do it again, we're going to do it again down the line. But it was, and Carol was very welcoming and said, "Oh, you don't need only money to come over," you know what I mean, which is very, very kind. But when you got a family, you can't just go without any money. You have to leave money. You know, it's all well and good coming to Poland and being looked after, but if I need to leave money behind for my family, so I need to stay at home and do the work and do the removals work to put food on the table.
And are you relieved now that you lost to a champion, which happened after your fight with Carol?
I'm not relieved I lost to a champion, you know, but I'm happy to say that he's a very good fighter, and I said that the whole time, you know, he's a very good fighter, and I said that we could have a good fight, and we did, and on the night, it was his fight, it was his night, and he's gone to take the belt, and it gives a bit more credibility to me having fought Carol, and I wished him good luck at the time, and I wish him good luck still.
And my truly last question now, and you obviously, I mean, Kamil is your opponent is obviously he's an underdog, and you didn't fight a long time, right? So you have a huge hunger inside. When you're a favorite, does it make the hunger a bit you know, lower, weaker, because you know, I mean, you're the favorite, so maybe it doesn't make it so interesting.
Yeah, I understand the question. I mean, I say if you're the underdog, so you're the other guy, it's a lot easier to be motivated because you've got everything to gain and not much to lose. You know, for example, if someone in Kamil's position beats someone in my position, he grows as a fighter. He gains in his status. You know, so that's what you should want as a fighter. Whilst obviously I've fought a little bit more internationally and stuff, so I'm a bit more known. So maybe people will consider me to be a favourite. But it depends on what you've got to gain. If you've still got something to gain, I've got lots of different goals to gain. A lot to gain. I haven't won a fight in KSW yet. I've lost one fight in KSW. I haven't. This is next year will be. I would have been fighting for 4 years now. So I consider myself like I've kind of paid my dues as a. This has been my amateur career. My time in the UFC and everything like that. This has been my learning. My amateur career just building up, and I'm finally adding tools to my game to be a complete fighter now. Training with some new coaches and doing new stuff. So I've got a lot to gain, a lot to prove. I'm not just turning up for a bit of fun. I've got goals. I think if you're an experienced fighter and you're favourite and you haven't got any real goals, then your motivation is going to be quite low. So you haven't got that hunger. I'm definitely really hungry, and there's so many things that I want to do in fights that I haven't done in fights. You know, I've had 16 fights now, and I've done maybe 1/3 of the amount of the things that I can do or do sometimes in my training that I want to do and show people that there's more to me than what they've seen so far. So that's exciting for me. You know, I'm really excited for the fight. I don't dread the fight. I'm the opposite. You know, the training can be hard and gruesome along the way. But I'm excited to walk down that ramp. When I walked down that ramp in Warsaw in March, the feeling was amazing. You know, if you're not motivated to fight when you walk down that ramp and them lights and the music and the crowd, then you're never going to be up for it. You know, and that was really living. That was amazing. I just want to get down and walk down that ramp again, let Kamil walk down, and then just get going. And I can tell you now that don't miss this fight, because whether you see a minute or you see 15 minutes, everything you see you're gonna like.
Enough said. So thank you very much. It's a midnight actually, so
Great timing.
let's leave it like this.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.